Welcome everyone to the Nerd Nook. I'm your host Evan Teague, and with me, like always, is my spectacular friend Noah Bailey.
My man.
Now let's start this off by giving a big round of applause for Into the Spider-Verse for winning Best Animated Picture at the Oscars.
I thought
Yes.
that's where you were going to start with. I saw that. And I was like, he's going to love this.
I
Well
was
deserved, also.
so worried it would lose to Incredibles 2. So this was the first time in 6 years a Disney movie didn't win.
It usually does go that way, yeah.
Yeah, and
Well, yeah.
like I've said on the podcast before, Into the Spider Verse like it legitimately just immediately became one of my favorite movies of all time. It is as close to perfect as I feel a movie can be. So that's why I was just so terrified that like just because the Academy likes Disney, I was so
Yeah.
scared they would go for Incredibles. But and not not knocking Incredibles. I think it's like a pretty solid movie. But
But,
Spider Verse
yeah.
just it deserved it.
Yeah, and I think it's right because it has that. It's that. I think it's the yet that unique comic book animation style that
Mhm.
really put it over the edge, and I think that was what it was.
Yeah.
Because Incredibles 2 again was good, but it was it's more, we've seen that before, obviously through its predecessor and other Pixar movies. We even really haven't seen an animation like Into the Spider-Verse before, and I think
Mhm.
that's really what captivated the Academy and such.
Yeah. Although it is kind of annoying that animated movies just never get nominated for best editing
This
when
is true.
really animated movies are basically all editing.
Yeah,
And
but
something like Bohemian Rhapsody, which I've actually seen, but one clip that goes going around this time, is this clip of the band like sitting at this table and their producer sits down and there are literally 49 cuts to different people in this minute and a half clip. 49 edits. That is insane. That is not how you make a scene. Yeah, for Into the Spider Verse, it took, I think, I think they said it takes like an hour plus just to make 1 second of Into the Spider Verse. They were that meticulous with how they made it.
an hour?
Yeah, there were a bunch of people
Oh
working
my
way too many hours
god.
on this movie. It paid off, but like still.
That is ridiculously long.
Mhm.
Like absurdly. Oh my
So the fact
gosh.
that the Academy for some reason just doesn't appreciate animated movies in anywhere outside of best animated movie just seems a little ridiculous to me. But whatever, at least it won best animated film. So
Yeah,
good
it
job.
works.
We're gonna keep the party rolling because apparently, actually, I looked it up, and this week's podcast marks our 1 year anniversary. Being
Really?
Nerd Nook.
Like
Well,
today?
technically, it was would have been last Wednesday on the 20th, but we didn't have a podcast
Uh,
last week, and it would have been that week's podcast would have been on the 19th anyway. But it's still, this is the first
mm,
one of the new
so
year, so
it's been okay.
yeah,
So we've got a year in. Look at
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna celebrate that by doing absolutely nothing different. So, and have a great podcast like usual.
I was actually thinking you were gonna do something. I was like, oh snap, what are we gonna do? I thought you was gonna do like trivia of like post of like
I thought about
how
that,
comic
but
stuff. That's a
there's
lot of work
it's a
though.
lot of work.
It's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
I'd have to actually like go back, watch all our stuff. Because some of these
Av-
you were like really long. I remember we had some like 3 hour ones.
yeah, our Avengers one was over 2 hours. We've had actually the
That was a good
first
one.
like 10 or so were clocked in. Most of them clocked in over 2 hours somehow.
Yeah.
We scaled back since then, thank goodness. But like,
I mean, you gotta get the ball
yeah.
rolling though. That's the thing. So
Well,
like the
there's so much
first
to talk
couple
about.
ones,
You gotta go
that's what I'm
for it.
saying. Like it's like yeah, it's like and another thing, and then like another hour goes on. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what it's for. We
yeah.
can rant and or talk about stuff.
So yeah, let's hope we go for a whole another year. Let's get started
Oh yeah.
with Armie Hammer being in talks to play Batman in the DCEU. You know who Armie Hammer
Who?
is? He played the Lone
Army
Ranger in
Man.
the Lone Ranger movie that came out like 2012,
The
2013.
newest one?
Yeah,
Oh, the one that was terrible.
yeah.
Uh, Wait, what's his name again?
Armie Hammer.
Billy?
Yeah,
He's the new Batman, supposedly?
he's in talks to play him,
What does he
which
look like?
he looks like a pretty generic rich white guy, so he fits.
This is true.
And he's only
I mean,
32,
yeah,
so it would be he would only be about 34 at the time of the movie coming out. So if they want him to play a younger
okay.
Batman, I feel like it could work.
I mean, okay, yeah, I'm looking right now. I could see it. I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, some of these he looks really young in some of these pictures. Good
Mm.
gracious, he looks like Dick Grayson more than Bruce Wayne in some of these. But yeah, I could get behind that, like a young, yeah, definitely a younger Bruce Wayne. But yeah, I mean, you got to recast Batman, so.
Yeah, it's a little upsetting that his biggest film has been Lone Ranger, which was came out like 4 or 5 years
Yeah,
ago and wasn't great, but
that movie was. Let's go with
it's kind of
subpar.
funny just how much Disney was banking on that movie being a success. That the Lone
hmm
Ranger figures were like among the first in the set of Disney Infinity figures. It's like who
Rip.
actually asked for a Johnny Depp? I cannot think of what the Tonto. Who asked for a Johnny Depp
Yeah.
Tonto figure? Like, come on. No one wants this. No one wanted to see that on the big
uh,
screen.
oh my gosh. How much do you think they got on Rotten Tomatoes?
33.
It's not. Wow, that's actually really close. 31.
Yes.
That's impressive. Yeah, that was really close.
Hmm.
So not the worst movie we've said on Catwoman and such at a whopping
Yeah.
9%, but
I I
still
guess
not by any means
still
any good.
that's worse than most video game movies, which is saying something.
This is true. That is saying a lot
Hmm.
because we all know how video game movies go.
Yeah.
Despite our best wishes, they usually flop. But
Yeah. I don't know what Disney was thinking. Just nothing about that movie looked interesting. The casting just didn't feel like. Why was Johnny Depp? Why was he Tonto? That just surely there was someone right to play Johnny Depp.
I think they just, I think they Disney just kind of had Johnny Depp and was like, okay, we could make like a seventh Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't even know what number they were on at that point. I don't know, but we
One,
can make
three, or
another
four.
Pirates, or we can use Johnny. Yeah, I could use Johnny Depp for something else because we still have Johnny Depp, who's a great actor. So like maybe we could use him for something else. And then they were like, you know what? This movie flopped. Let's just keep Johnny Depp where we have
Yeah.
him.
Just keep making pirates.
Play Jack Sparrow again. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Jack Sparrow's a good character. So I mean,
Mm.
and they've made like, okay, is there what, 5 movies?
There are five. Yeah. And they're
Okay, so
rebooting it
like,
in a couple of years without him.
really?
Whatever. Yeah.
Oh, no, Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
no.
I mean, it makes sense given his history of bad stuff in the past couple of years. So I feel
This is
Disney
true.
doesn't want to be associated with
This
them at
is
this
true.
point. But
But is anyone gonna actually go see them?
probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. The last 2 movies, that's the reason you went because you didn't even know. Especially the last one, you didn't even know who
I
any
didn't
singers
even go
were,
to the last one.
except for Jack Sparrow.
I didn't even see
I
that one.
know, me neither. Even the ones that did, I had a friend who did, and he said, other than Jack Sparrow, I knew no one and wasn't invested. And I was just like,
Mm,
yeah, that sounds about right. But
yeah.
the likes of Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom have since disappeared.
Mm. But yeah. So as far as actors who could play Batman, I'm sure there are other like actual like trained martial artists would be perfect for the role, or people who either look or sound the part a little better. But if they are going for a younger Batman, I feel Armie Hammer
He fits the
fits the
role.
bill
Yeah.
good enough. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna want to hear his voice.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Because I mean, admittedly, he doesn't have a Batman voice,
Mm,
but I mean, a Bruce Wayne voice pretty much just has to sound
yeah.
like rich white guy. So like,
Mm. I mean, if he uses like the voice modulator like Ben Affleck did, it won't really matter. I kind of hope he
that's true.
doesn't, but
Yeah, I don't really. I'll admit, I'm not really a fan of that, just
Yeah,
because
me neither.
like I get it, and it would be practical in real life because obviously, if you're a rich celebrity, your
Mm.
voice would probably be easy to place in the city you live in.
But
But also,
we live in a world where Clark Kent is Clark Kent because he wears glasses and no one bats an eye. Like,
this is true. This is true. So, like, if Clark Kent's only disguise is, you know, a pair of
yeah.
glasses, whether the lenses are Kryptonian or he hunches back or whatever,
Mhm.
like, come on.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Which is
So
why I kind of like. I really like Michael Keaton's interpretation where he's such a recluse that no one has like seen or heard from him for like a while, so they just don't associate the two
mhm.
together. I really like that, but you don't even need to go
I feel
that
like
far. Just he's rich. He's just kind of
he
doing
doesn't
his thing.
talk to the lesser kind. Yeah.
Yeah, like Batman's just
I
kind
don't
of
know.
also there. Like no one. It makes perfect sense in this universe for them to just kind of accept that they're both different people.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
It's interesting though because I feel like him being a rich guy who doesn't talk to anyone would make it obvious that he is Batman though, because like
Yeah,
that's what he does with all his free time.
and there has been at least one story where like he came out saying that he at least Wayne Enterprises funds Batman stuff, so that's kind of how he got around it. But
Mm, doesn't mean Bruce Wayne necessarily is Batman.
yeah,
He's got better things to do than beat up criminals at night, right?
apparently not.
No, no, really, not actually.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of Batman stuff, apparently Suicide Squad 2, which has been confirmed to be directed by James Gunn, will
huh.
be a quote unquote reboot and have. I'm not entirely sure what exactly that entails, but at least their wording has said it'll be more or less a reboot of the Suicide Squad story. And on top
Oh,
of that, all the Joker and Joker Harley Quinn stuff with what's his name?
Jared Leto
Yeah, Jared Leto has been canceled. So
cancel?
yeah,
Ooh, okay, I'm
mm-hmm.
listening.
Yeah.
James Gunn's like, okay, this is terrible. Let's fix this.
So I mean, it makes sense given that you're getting a younger Batman now. It would make sense for you to cast a new Joker to potentially be in that Batman movie. So
So is he making the old movie like non-canon, or like what are they doing with that? Are they just gonna
probably
ignore it and pretend no one saw it?
yeah, that's what I would do if I was him.
But can they do that? Because I mean, it's not like this movie came out 10 years ago. This movie
But that
just
movie
came
didn't
out.
add anything to the lore. There's nothing
I
about
know,
that
but
movie
it's
that
still.
needs to be there for the DC universe to like
I
stand on.
know, but it. I know, but it exists. That's the
Maybe not
thing.
after
Like
Wonder Woman
that
84. It
is
might just
true. That
run it
is
out of
true.
existence.
That is true. I feel like they are just gonna redo this. Not that I'm mad, because that'd be great.
Not at all.
But I mean, because this universe counts as thanks right now.
Mm-hmm.
But if they just like run through it again, like interesting. Like Wonder Woman resets it, and then they just
Suicide
come through and
Suicide
they're like,
Squad comes out a few months later and just kind of exists as its own thing. Doesn't
yeah,
even reference
and
like
makes it
Enchantress or anything. It
better.
just is there.
Yeah, no, like don't even use the same characters. Like
Like
don't use Enchantress.
Still have Viola Davis play
Yes,
Amanda Waller. Like that's
yes,
keep that. Everything
yes.
else
I
change,
think
but keep
that's
that.
great casting. Yeah, I mean you can keep. I mean you can keep Margaret Robbie. You can even probably keep like
Will
Deadshot and Will
Smith,
Smith if
sure,
you
why
want
not?
to. That's fine, but I mean, but you got to change like the other characters. 'Cause I
Mm-hmm.
think El Diablo and like,
Well, he's dead, but yeah,
I know, but I mean, if they reboot it, I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I use better characters. I think
yeah.
because like use Black Manta now that he's from.
Mm-hmm. Or Cheetah,
I
since she
know
was
they might use
apparently
that
a
for. Or
I think she's a
definitely
Harley Quinn at one
Cheetah.
point. Or like Deathstroke. Like you have
Yeah,
other options to pick from other than
yeah, or just like cooler stuff. I mean, you pick some
like
like dumb, I don't know, someone sort of like Killer Croc, but make him actually look intimidating. Almost make him look
mm-hmm.
like some dude.
And also make it
Like
rated
Killer
R so
Croc,
we can actually eat somebody, please.
yeah, or just I don't know, just I don't know. Killer Croc, he just looked like not only did he not do that, but he just looked lame too. Like
Yeah.
if he was like 8 feet tall and like a straight up alligator monster thing, then even if he didn't do anything, I still would have been
Yeah,
like,
and like
that's
that was
awesome.
all prosthetics, so you can't just magically make that actor 8 feet tall. But and the prosthetics were impressive, but I I don't know. I feel if you could, there are other heroes or villains you could have pulled from that could have fit that who that character was in this movie better without the need of prosthetics. If that's just
Hmm.
all he did.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. But if they, yeah, if they pick better characters and that, or just even if they keep the same character, just write. I don't know. I think it should just be written a lot better because,
Yeah,
like
I
we've
mean,
said before, it doesn't really make any sense.
we established a few podcasts ago that people like General Zod and Black Adam are apparently in the Suicide Squad at one
Yeah,
point. So
apparently, yeah. So I think that'd be a little much if you bring Zod. That'd be a little overkill. But if you want to,
yeah,
I won't stop. Like I won't be mad. I'll just be like, oh,
yeah, yeah. Like
okay,
James Gunn just taking this movie, just making it his own thing without any kind of like without any other like chains on him. Just he doesn't need to reference previous like any previous DC movie. Just make your own Suicide Squad movie. That's all we want right now. Like, fine, I am perfectly fine with that.
right? That's fine. Do it. I'd be all for it.
Mm.
Because we all know James. Like, despite his non-career, we'll say escapades,
Yeah, yeah.
like he still has talent with writing and
Mm.
directing. So I mean, like I think that still can be utilized well by DC,
Oh
especially
yeah.
with these characters and these stories that need to be done well. So
Mm.
there you go.
Yeah. And I am more than hyped for the fact that that Jared Leto's no longer Joker. That just get him out of here.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
had one
like.
chance. You didn't impress. Get out.
It's a yeah. I've always think whether it's what no matter what like area we're in, I always think it's a good move when like that if someone new comes in and like their first move is getting rid of the obvious problem, one of the obvious
Mm.
problems. They're like, okay, this isn't working. Bye. Like,
Yeah.
they don't beat around the bush. They don't try to fit and make it work. They're like, you're not working. Bye. We're doing this without you. And
Mm.
Jared Leto, prime example. This Joker was, I think, everyone except those fanboys were like, this is terrible. And they're like, you know what? You're right. Bye.
Yeah.
So already, I'm seeing good things happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I have confidence in that.
Yeah. Like if DC can just kind of keep going at this steady pace, eventually DC movies will get consistently good. Hopefully.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I
Army
mean,
was a
they're
good, it wasn't great, but it was a good first step in the right direction. Again, it
right.
was like a what 6 out of 10, maybe 7, but like
Yeah, but
better
like,
than other stuff we've gotten.
right,
So
like the story makes sense.
mhm.
It
Bare
doesn't.
minimum story
Yeah.
makes it.
Okay. Like, remember, this bar is not set high. We
Yeah,
are,
I know.
we're not making big goals here. We're just trying to
Yeah.
make sure. Okay, does the movie work? Okay, it
Mm,
makes sense. The action, there are some good scenes, and it's not. You don't feel like you wasted your time watching it.
mm,
So, like, decent movie, good effects. It somehow made $1 billion. Was it worth that much? No, but you
no,
know what? Who cares? There you
it
go.
happened.
There's one good
It
movie.
happened.
And after this, you got Shazam. That looks good. If they make that a good movie, that's two. Then you got Wonder
Yeah.
Woman in 1984.
Birds
That's
of Prey in
three good
between there,
ones.
which looks
Or
ah,
maybe I don't know.
maybe. I don't know.
I mean, but anyway. But you get three good movies in their row, and then all of a sudden you're back on the map. So
Yeah.
we'll see. You'll see. You'll gain my trust if you get three in a row. But
Mm. Till
tread
then.
lightly. Till then, I'm still skeptical. But
Yeah.
I don't know. But if the way James Gunn, I don't know. So far, he has my trust with this because he got rid of the biggest problem,
Mm.
in my opinion. Well, one of the biggest problems.
Yeah.
I haven't seen if he got rid of the biggest problem because the movie hasn't been written yet. But
Mm.
yeah, once that comes out, if that's a winner too, I mean, DC might be on the map. A new
Yeah.
Batman, that's something they might need. They might need a new Superman too, because I don't know. We were hearing about Henry Cavill for a while now, so
Still not
maybe,
sure if
yeah. I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't
and
know if
like
he's
even if
in,
they
he's
do
out.
keep Henry Cavill around, would it make sense for him to be acting against a different Batman?
I
Would they
mean,
have to like mess up with the time? Like how much with the timeline are they going to be messing with here?
well, I mean, again, if we're gonna reboot it, if it's gonna be a completely different Joker and a completely different Batman, I mean, you can make the right that everyone can be different
Yeah.
theoretically. Like, obviously, they're gonna keep Gal Gadot, they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
keep Jason Momoa,
Zachary
like
Levi. Yeah.
yeah. Like they're gonna keep the guys that are still on board, but the guys that they can or need to work around, I mean, they'll do what they have to.
Yeah. Please get rid of Jesse Eisenberg. Just we don't need it. We
Yeah,
don't need it.
yeah. Please, yeah. Don't do that. Let that go. Let that go. I mean, you've already got rid of one poorly casted antagonist. Let's go two for two here.
I love it
But
when comments are like when someone complains about Lex Luthor, not being the comic book Lex Luthor, and then a fanboy comes into the comment section, is like you idiot, that's Lex Luthor Jr. He said so in the movie that that
no.
it's people like you who just don't understand this movie that make have a bad rap, and I'm like, no, you idiot. I understand completely why everything happens the way it is. I understand 100% that Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor is Lex Luthor Jr. It's still stupid.
I mean,
It doesn't
one of
make
the it,
sense that is happening that way.
that's all it. Like it doesn't work like that. It doesn't. I mean, I don't know. It just that's a really poor way to represent the character.
Yeah.
And also, if that was really what they were trying to do, even if that is what they were trying to do, they did a very poor job of
Yeah.
explaining that. Because I mean, I feel like you would have to know. I mean, I think the average person does not know there even is a Lex Luthor
No.
Jr.
I didn't know
That's what I'm, that's what
before he
I'm
was
saying. Like,
cast.
not a lot of people like I'd say like 10% of the people that saw that movie knew
Mm.
going in that there wasn't even Lex Luthor even
And
existed.
they didn't even
So
like
like,
really go all in on that because at the end of the movie
no,
he went bald. So
it,
they still tried to
it
make him the same character.
that
Oh, it's like
that's what I'm saying. They're not actually doing that. That's just
mm,
their scapegoat, and they're just like, I don't know. The movie's try to cover all its bases, but in doing so, it doesn't know what it wants to do.
mm,
So it's just
yeah.
like,
I feel like
okay,
that
are
was just
you?
another case of Zack Snyder just having a reference for the sake of having a reference without it actually
Yep.
connecting to the story he crafted.
But it's just like, oh, fanboys will eat this up, even though no one else is gonna care.
Yeah, or like
But
it.
that's fine. I
Whatever.
mean, I get it, but I mean, that was a really obscure one too. Like that's
Yeah.
like really
That's
like
like Elseworld
maybe like
stuff. Like you don't need
yeah,
to.
like 10 people were like, "Oh, that's cool," and everyone else is like, "This is stupid."
Yeah.
So, that's great
Whatever.
for those 10 people, but the other millions of people were
Mm,
like, "No."
yeah. Oh, let's see what Disney is up to now. So, hype check. Endgame comes out in exactly 2 months.
Mm.
Yeah. That sound just kind of
Yeah,
says it all right there.
yeah. It still hasn't hit me yet because I'm still kind of thinking. I'm like, I don't know. I'm still like, oh my
Captain
god. I
Marvel's
think
still a
I
week away. Like after
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
then you
That's what
can.
I've been. That's what I'm thinking right now because I've been
Mhm.
watching the Captain Marvel stuff, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Which
I
actually,
just
speaking
look
on
for.
Captain Marvel, they Rotten Tomatoes up until today did this really stupid thing where people could affect the audience reviews on Rotten Tomatoes before the movie even comes out, and there was like this targeted attack on Captain
Mhm.
Marvel to bring it down to the lowest of any
Mhm.
MCU movie. I think I got down to like 29%,
But no
and
one's even seen it.
no one's seen it, and like all the comments were just about the fact that she was a woman, just about the fact that she has no charisma or
Oh
whatever.
my
Like if
gosh.
I don't like I again I hate just blanket statement calling everyone who doesn't want to see this movie a misogynist, because like there are people out there like I it's a completely valid opinion to just not like this character, not like what they're doing with the movie. That's fine. But when you're so blatantly obvious about it, it causes Rotten Tomatoes to be like, hey, you misogynistic a-holes, how about, you not do that or taking away that feature? Like,
Yeah,
why was that even a feature
seriously,
in the first
chill.
place?
Like you gotta like, come on, guys, we're better than this. Like I mean, yeah. I mean, first of all, being able to affect a movie's score before it's even seen is, I
Hmm.
mean, that doesn't even make any sense.
No.
And two, when it's like people trying to just bash it just for, their own whatever stupid reasons, even though you don't even know. It's probably great, but you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. People just, I don't know. People hate is gonna hate.
I guess so.
And like, I don't know. But
Whatever. I'm
movie comes
excited.
out.
I'm
Yeah,
very
dude.
excited.
Next
Hmm.
Friday, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That is literally like the big. Like I've already planned that day with my friends
Hmm.
on spring break. I'm like, all right, guys. All right, guys. I don't know what we're doing all week, but on Friday
Hmm.
we're going to the theater.
Yeah, like
But
if I can get my car working, I might just see it by myself if I have to.
Friday or Saturday or
Yeah.
I don't know. I might go Saturday now. I think about it, 'cause I feel like Friday's gonna be super packed.
Oh
I
yeah.
think it will so Saturday, but
Yeah.
I'll make it work.
Yeah. We'll see it at some point.
Yeah, it's
Um.
gonna be good. And then, oh my
Oh yeah.
gosh, think about Avengers. Like I'm thinking about it, but it's not hasn't hit me that it's coming
Hmm.
again. It's kind of
Yeah.
like Infinity War last year, where we're coming to that point. Kind of like right now, we'd be like right after Black Panther. And
Mm.
it's kind of like okay, the next Marvel movie that comes out is Infinity War. I'm just like, oh,
Oh,
okay.
neat.
And then I'm like, oh, cool, that's gonna be great. And I'm like,
And I'm pretty
oh,
sure at
wait,
this,
what?
I'm pretty sure at this point last year we didn't even know it was going to be in April. I think we knew like mid
Yeah,
March it was going to be in April. So
yeah. And it was like, let's move it up a week.
okay.
Just because everyone's like, all right. And we're just like, oh, oh, snap. Can he do that? Can he do it? He did it.
He did it. He
Like,
did
he just looks like, wait a minute, is this really happening?
it.
Like, where'd it go? Like, uh, that would be, oh man. What if they could just move it up to like March or like the same day as Shazam?
Oh, that'd be so rude.
That'd be so rude. But I wouldn't put it past them.
Let's go now.
Just absolutely demolish them. But oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Okay, I have a question I just thought of.
Yeah.
Why are people okay? So you know how like with Infinity War we all have our speculations and stuff,
Mm.
and then nobody predicted it to go the way it went, right?
Nope.
So like, why is no one mad about that, but everyone's mad about how the Last Jedi went?
Uh, okay.
Because that's something I've been thinking about, and I'm like, that doesn't really because like it's essentially the same idea,
I think
but not really,
the main thing there is that that's a really valid question because they're both great movies. Fight me.
right?
The main reason is because people have grown up their entire life. Their parents grew up their entire life with Star Wars.
Right.
So Luke Skywalker and all these characters are so important to them that they felt like the way it ended didn't meet the way they had been thinking about this for the past 20 plus years.
Okay, so it's
Whereas,
just been built up
yeah,
more
Infinity
over a
War,
long period of time.
sure, there are plenty of fans who were born. Crap. If you were born in 2005, you're like 15 at this point. Anyway,
Really?
you're 14. If you were born in 2005, you were
Oh
14.
my, dude, we are so
Why do I keep doing
old,
this to myself? Anyway.
bro. We are so old, dude. Do we have gray hair yet? Like, oh my
It's feeling that
gosh,
way sometimes.
you're
Got the receding
15
hairline,
in
I'll tell you that much.
2001. Oh my gosh,
Um,
how is this
so,
happening?
there are some people I'm sure who have technically grown up with, MCU movies, but like not to the extent that Star Wars was, I guess.
Right, that's multi-generational
Yeah.
versus just
Plus,
the last 10 or so years.
like Thanos snapping the half the world, that's not that's not really something that's unexpected. That was just something that we were more or less hoping wouldn't happen. Whereas
Mm.
like Luke dying, spoilers if you haven't seen The Last Jedi somehow. It's on
Every,
Netflix, go watch it.
everyone's seen The Last Jedi. It's been
A
it's
year and a half,
been
yeah.
almost a year and a half. Like you haven't. Everyone's seen this. Everyone who was gonna see this movie has seen
Yeah.
this movie by now.
Like
No
there
spoilers.
were many things that, people were just warning that happened, like Snoke dying, Luke dying, Ray and
Okay.
Kylo not actually getting together at the end.
I kind of want
They
that.
were
I'll admit.
so sure that this would happen based on previous movies, based on fan theories that made sense.
Right.
That when that didn't happen, they just got unnecessarily upset, I guess.
I I feel like low key the fan theories might have heard it because like they're
Mhm.
like, oh man, this is such a good idea, and they're like, crap, we were gonna do that. It's like, well, what do
Maybe
we do now?
I don't know. I,
I don't know if they look at the fan theories that much or like would
they
actually change
probably
their thing
because
based on
episode
something.
I think they said episode 8 script was already done like either just before or right after episode 7 came out, so there probably wasn't any time to like rewrite stuff
Mhm.
if they did want to look at fan reaction. So, and
Mm.
speaking to
Uh,
that, it actually confirmed that fan reaction will have no impact on episode 9 at all, according to J.J. Abrams.
ooh,
So,
ooh.
whatever crazy story,
So don't
you
care.
know,
Whatever was written is going. It's happening. Period. No one cares.
like like J.J. Abrams essentially is like, okay, everything that happened in episode 8 is canon. Screw you haters.
Like,
Go on
you
from there.
know?
Screw that
Or
petition
not.
that wanted to write episode 8 out of the canon. That's so stupid. So stupid. So yeah, I'm happy about that because like that probably means we're still gonna get more Rose stuff, even though everyone seemed to hate her for some arbitrary reason.
I
Um,
don't hate her. She just wasn't my favorite.
yeah, and that like I'm never gonna defend any of the Canto Bight stuff or defend any of Rose's decisions along the way, but like as far as her character being the worst thing since Jar Jar, or even worse than Jar Jar, as some people say,
That's a
that's
bit
too
much.
far. Taking it too far.
That's I think people forget how bad Jar Jar was.
Yeah,
In Jar Jar's prime, Jar Jar was
yeah.
the bane of a lot of people's
Or
existence.
Hayden Christensen's Anakin in episode 2 was, oh my gosh, that's
Ooh,
so bad.
just real. His voice was just
So
fine.
I'm sorry that Rose isn't the greatest character ever, but we've had way worse in the past 20 years. It's just stop it. um, yeah, I'm happy that J.J. Abrams is just kind of doing his own thing with this movie and just not caring at all about what fans want, because apparently what fans want is for everything to go exactly how they want, and if you can predict the movie, why even bother watching it?
Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. Even if you, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, thankfully, I don't know. I just hope that like if this last movie, this new Avengers movie, doesn't go the way fans want, they'll be like, "Oh no, you guys ruined my
I mean, everyone's
childhood."
expecting Tony Stark and Captain America to die anyway, so like
Right?
I
I
don't think
think
they
they
would be
will.
disappointed if they didn't. They're just
Yeah,
expecting it.
that is true. But then we thought they were gonna die last time, and
Yeah.
then they were the only ones that survived somehow. Which, now that I think about it, makes no sense. I'm like,
I mean, I I kind of hope they somehow explain how all of the original 6 Avengers didn't turn to dust. Like that seemed a little too convenient.
what?
But if they don't, like it's symbolic, I understand.
Yeah,
But
I mean it's random too, supposedly. So
like theoretically,
the
I don't
odds of
know.
that
I
happening
feel
are possible.
of like if you just take a sample of all the Avengers, clearly one of the original 6 should have been randomly snapped. But whatever.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
eh.
Um,
You gotta get rid of some of the new faces, I guess.
mm.
Yeah, because I think isn't it like all the Guardians
All the
somehow
Guardians
except Rocket?
minus Rocket and Nebula.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Nebula. Then
yeah,
yeah,
Nick Fury and
yeah,
what's her face.
and
Um,
Maria
yeah.
Hill, both of Cap's sidekicks.
Hmm.
See, I
I'm
don't
honestly
know.
kind of surprised that that Rhodey didn't didn't get snapped too.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, really, but no, I really didn't get done. But it was, yeah, it was a lot of. Yeah, I don't know how the main ones didn't get got, but
Hmm.
we'll
Oh
see how they follow this up though.
yeah, we'll do a full on prediction stream at some point in the future, but
Oh my gosh,
we'll get into it.
predict. Be like, they're all done. Everyone is gone.
Everyone.
Thanos is gonna win.
Black
What?
Panther, Spider Man. Even though know they're having movies later, Spider Man Far From Home is coming out
Yeah,
this year.
no.
He's dead. That movie isn't real.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the way I see it, everyone who was safe from the snap can potentially die for real.
Yeah, yeah.
So prepare yourselves.
Mhm. um, Speaking of people who died in Infinity War,
Oh, jeez.
um, apparently one of the writers from Rick and Morty has been brought on to write for the Loki show for Disney Plus.
Hmm.
So it's always a good sign.
Okay. Okay.
And they
You
confirmed
get
that
one.
essentially this show is gonna center around Loki, just kind of existing like throughout time and just creating mischief like in like every major point throughout history. He's just gonna be there, just basically causing it because he's the god of mischief. I think that could be really fun to watch.
Just starting problems.
Mm-hmm.
Like he shoots R2 Birdman and then hands the gun to someone else
Yeah.
and starts World War I or something like that. I can see that happening. Like, yeah, hold this, will you? What?
Mm-hmm.
Like a shot, Josh. What? He's like, I love a happy ending.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, I'm honestly kind of looking forward to that.
I can see something like that happening. That'd be
Mm.
insane.
Yeah, and Kevin Feige also confirmed that all of the Marvel shows on Disney Plus will be connected to the MCU in some way, whether it be past, present, future. They will be within the MCU. So
Got it.
that is good. None of
Cool.
this, Netflix stuff that's like, is it, isn't it? Is
Yeah.
up, yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be connected, and
Mm,
like at some point we'll see.
yeah.
Cool. I'm in.
Mm. Because the Netflix stuff is officially confirmed that Jessica Jones and Punisher were officially canceled from Netflix, which we kind of all saw
Mhm.
that coming after Daredevil and Luke Cage and
Luke Cage
Iron
had
Fist and
yeah
Defenders. Like,
every other show. So yeah, it makes sense that they
yeah,
shut them down. But
yeah, and there's still a high chance of Hulu picking them up or even Disney Plus. Like, I think
I feel
Disney
like
has a majority share in Hulu now that they bought
yeah,
Fox, so they easily could just revive it there. They have options.
it's like, do we want to put it on this service or this service? Oh, we own them both. Well, why did we put it on this one? Are we gonna put it on this one and this one?
Both, yeah.
Yeah, both, both. But yeah,
I feel like I need to watch at least Luke Cage. I've seen like a couple episodes and I really like what I watch.
Mhm.
I need to get into these because apparently Daredevil
Yeah, I
got
need to
really
watch.
good in season three. Like I
Yeah, Daredevil's good. Punisher's also pretty good from what I've
mm,
seen. So yeah, I need to.
yeah,
There's a lot
get
of it
around to
though.
it
I'm like,
eventually.
oh, content.
I'm on like the last 5 episodes of Clone Wars. I just need to get through it. I just
Oof, you're almost done.
I'm almost done. I skipped the two random Jar Jar episodes they put in
Yeah,
season
yeah.
six.
Good
Why?
job. Good job. Yeah, no. I
Why?
don't know. I don't know. There's a couple there's Jar Jar episodes you gotta watch out for. There's Droid there's
Mhm.
R2D2 and C3PO
I skipped like half
episodes.
of season five because it was mostly Jar Jar and Droid stuff.
Yeah,
I
that's
wonder
kinda how
why
it
the
goes.
show got canceled originally.
I mean, no,
When the
no. There
last
was
season, like literally like 8 episodes in a row or stuff, I didn't care to
but
watch.
it ended well
It
though. It
did. It
ended
ended with
well.
like the best lightsaber duel in all of Star Wars.
That's what I'm saying. So it made up for it. But getting there took a long
Yeah.
time. Yeah, there was some really good duels in there.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Look forward to it.
it's rough. But it's coming back too. So
Yeah. Yeah. On Disney Plus,
yeah,
which
yeah. Which
yeah,
I won't be getting, but I'm sure someone will pirate it for me.
exactly. Same with DC Universe.
Yep. Young Justice and whatever
Mm,
else is on there.
yeah.
Well,
Speaking of Disney Plus, uh, there's a heavy rumor that there will be an Obi-Wan show made for Disney
ooh,
Plus.
interesting.
Yeah,
Ewan McGregor though.
it's just a rumor at this point. There's nothing confirmed, but
Mm, from
hopefully,
a certain point of view.
yeah,
Supposedly. We'll see. But no, that would be pretty cool. I'd like to see that.
yeah. Like if he
I don't
can't
know.
get his own movie for some reason, a show that just explains what happened between 3 and 4, or but before 3.
Yeah.
or well, like I don't think I want to see anything that happens like before episode 2. I don't want to see anything of him and Anakin. Like I feel like that should be made for an animated series. I feel to kind of coincide with uh Clone Wars, just kind of
Mhm.
if they were to do that, have like a mini series it's animated, but they wanted to kind of go even like before then. That's fine too.
Hmm. Interesting. Maybe they could do like a lot of like his whole life. They could do like him being a Padawan, working with Qui-Gon, up to
Yeah.
like or Phantom Menace, and then
Mm-hmm.
training Anakin, and then obviously Episode 3. And then after that, it's like okay, now I gotta watch this kid that I'm hiding on Tatooine because sand and
Mm. Sand.
reasons.
Yeah.
Why are we here again? Sand. Oh, that's right, sand.
Yeah, like there are many different ways they can go with this. Like again, an Obi-Wan movie with Ewan McGregor. Now that he's a little older, would work just fine. But if you can't do that, then have a show with Ewan McGregor. Sure, why not?
Or do both.
Or both. Yeah.
Or
Or have a
both is
movie
good.
that's like is a movie, but also kind of like
A pilot
leads
into the
leads
show.
into yeah leads into the show.
Oh,
It didn't
yes.
work well for Clone Wars, but the show got better.
It did
So
not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The show got better, and it got the ground running. It caught your attention because you're like,
yeah,
"What a Padawan! This is going to be terrible." And then like two seasons in, you're like, "Oh, I like the Padawan
yeah,
now." And then like 5 seasons in, wow, the Padawan's the best character. No, and she's gone.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, like if all this Star Wars, Marvel, and like everything else on the Disney service does like is actually good, I honestly might have to subscribe to Disney
don't
Plus.
do it.
Like I don't know.
Pirate it. Don't do
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Everyone else is gonna pay for it
Yeah.
for you.
And is their Disney like is not like they're not gonna get enough like not
It's
they're
not
not like they're not gonna make money from this when they have like
exactly.
all their animated movies, all Star Wars, all Marvel, all Pixar. Like it'll
They're
people will love
fine.
that. They'll be fine.
That's what I'm saying. Your $7.99 subscription or however it is not going to be the
It's
difference
probably gonna be
between
like
them
13
shutting it
bucks a
down.
month.
Gosh,
I
yeah,
can see
no
Disney
chance.
doing something like that.
No chance. I will keep my Hulu and
I think
Spotify. Thank
Netflix
you very much.
went up recently to like 12 or something. At
Are you
least
serious?
is going up. Yeah,
I
they
might look
essentially
together.
said they're never gonna run ads on Netflix, but like the base package might have to increase in price. So we'll see if that actually happens. Hope not. But
Honestly,
it's so
uh,
convenient.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Would you rather have ads or the price go up?
See, I kind of resent the fact that Hulu started making you pay for the one that has ads
Mhm.
and then made you pay for the premium that didn't have ads. So like I watch Netflix because it's convenient because I can just watch whatever. Like if it's 22 minutes, it's just there. I can just eat it off. Like it's there
Mhm.
for binging purposes. So can't really binge something as easily if you have to watch like a minute and a half worth of ads every 10 minutes. But
Right.
as far as like in $3, let's just say it'll go from 10 to 13. I think that would be I think that would be worth the price of not having ads for me personally. I
Hmm.
think
I
maybe
don't know.
maybe
Like,
hard maybe on
I
that.
don't know. I don't know. I've been watching Hulu more lately, and I've gotten more used to ads because like it's time for me to like that's enough time for me to like refill on snacks or use the bathroom really quick.
Mm,
Because like they're not long. It's usually like a minute and a half, usually
yeah,
like max.
and they do
So
that
like
thing
not
sometime
bad.
where like you could just watch one very long ad and that'll be it for the whole episode.
Yeah,
So if they did something like that, I think
yeah, that'd be
that'd be
great.
fine. Yeah,
That'd be great. Yeah, like, they just get that over before the episode starts, and then it
mm,
comes on. You're like, oh, perfect. Yeah, I
yeah,
like that idea more. So spaced out.
yeah. But I don't think Disney will have a problem with ads. If anything, they can just show their own commercials on it.
They probably will though.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense.
Like Like imagine like you'll see a Disney commercial for like Disney Channel, then you'll see something for like Disney, like going to Disney World, or like then you'll see something for like a Disney cruise,
Mm,
and then you'll see something like
like a
all
Marvel TV spot or something like
yeah, like a
yeah,
movie or something or a trailer or oh my gosh, that'd be insane.
yeah.
So much Disney because Disney with my Disney.
It's so
Did I say
dumb
Disney?
that they don't have a monopoly on anything. They're like just barely on the threshold. After they bought Fox, they own like 39% of Hulu. If they own 40, they'd be technically a monopoly, but because they own 39, like that's so dumb.
They're just just enough that they're technically not breaking the system,
Like I love Disney, but
even
like
though
you
they own everything.
there comes a point when like you need to stop at some point,
It
Disney.
it just worries me because like right now it's good content because I mean
Mm.
obviously the movies they're putting out are great and stuff
Well,
like
the Star
that.
Wars movies haven't
But
been
like
great since Disney bought them, but other than I'm kidding.
I mean, oh my gosh. But you know what I no, you know what I mean. Like our products have been fine by them, but it's
Yeah.
like, what if they start like getting bad? That's what I'm
Yeah.
worried about because everything's Disney now.
Yeah, and
So
people
it's
kind of
like,
had that fear once, Iron Man 3 and Thor Ragnarok. And like there
yeah,
was a time when and Age of Ultron people didn't love. I still love it, but like people weren't super hot on that.
mm-hmm.
But then once Civil War happened and Guardians
It was
2
like
and Thor like there was a they started getting the ball rolling.
it came back. Yeah,
It
like
came
okay, so it's like,
back.
oh, yeah, oh wow, this is great. And Black Panther, like, oh man, this is really good. And people were like, bro, stop! I can't.
Anyway, the Wasp happened. Okay, it's like,
Oh my
when like
god,
a
well,
subpar movie
sure,
comes out, they're just like accepted it exists. Like okay,
yeah, cool, 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 cool. So yeah, that's fine. But I mean, this year we got. I mean, next week is Captain Marvel, and then
yeah.
Endgame comes out, and then Spider-Man, which I
Mm.
can't get the theme song out of my head because it's very catchy, but it's also
Oh,
cinematic,
that was
which I
there in
love.
mine too. Good job.
Oh my gosh. Ugh. It's worth it. I had to share. I had to share the burden with someone.
Thanks.
uh,
Uh, well, let's move.
oh
Let's move into stuff that Disney doesn't own quite yet. Let's see what's happening in other nerd
man.
news. There's going to be a
Almost.
7-minute Pokemon Nintendo Direct tomorrow at 9 a.m. Yeah.
Ooh.
Um, all
Ooh.
they've said is that it's going to be 7 minutes. The teaser poster was just three Pokeballs, so it's probably
It's
going to
time.
be at least the announcement of like the new generation and the three new starters.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Jay. Big deal. Like, yeah, like it's like simple, but also giant, huge deal, but also we've been here before. It's time. It's
what I'm expecting is logo and starter reveals that if they do show any gameplay, they'll showcase the fact that you still see Pokemon roaming around in the overworld like they did in Let's
yeah.
Go.
Yes, I love that concept.
But I don't think it's gonna rock the boat much outside of that. I don't think they're gonna have like rotating camera controls. I don't think there's gonna be like any open world scaling mechanics like everyone wants. It's
I think
just
that's
they're gonna
a
play
little
this very
far.
safe. Like as much as I
Yeah.
would love them to try a little bit this time, Game Freak's not really known for innovation much. So
I mean, but it's Pokemon. Like you don't have to
yeah,
do much for everyone
I
to eat
mean,
it up.
yeah, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, even though everyone hated it, sold over 10 million units. So who are they to say they're doing the wrong
I
thing?
don't even see why everyone. I don't even see why everyone hates it. I like it.
Yeah, it's
I think
fun.
it's fine. Like
It's
I'll
too
admit, so like
kiddie. I don't like that they
yeah,
I
the
don't like
catching
the
part
Pokemon
does
Go
get a
mechanics.
little
Like
old,
it's a
but
spin-off.
like
Like, okay.
yeah, I'll admit I'm not a huge fan of the catching over battling random encounters,
Hmm.
but other than that, I like it.
Yeah.
Like and the fact that you can see Pokemon, that's the greatest idea
Yeah.
because Not only do I save a fortune on repels when I
I
go in caves,
don't
but
even
I
know what repels
mean,
do anymore. I never
I
I
mean,
never use one.
it probably just pushes them back
I
more. Because
guess.
sometimes it is hard to avoid them, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, but honestly, you can just like, I mean, if you're fast and you just maneuver around, and
Mm,
yeah, you're fine, which
yeah,
is
like Rock Tunnel.
amazing.
Rock Tunnel
Oh
was
my
the
god.
worst in Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, and Leafy
Oh
Fire
my
Red.
god. Or
It
like
was
Rock
so stupid.
Tunnel, or like like any like or Pokemon Mansion, or like
Mm,
any place that was basically a maze, and
mm,
every 10 seconds you had a random encounter was just like a
yeah,
chore, and you were just like,
being able to see all the Zubats in the open world, be able to walk around them,
yeah.
that's so good. I really, really hope they keep that. They have no reason not to.
Yes, I that's so good. Oh my God. It's like that meme where you seen the Jack Sparrow meme where he's like running away from the cannibals or
Uh,
whatever. It's like when like Max Repel wore off, and it's just him running away
when
from
the
a bunch of
Zubats come
Zoot
out.
bats in the background and Golbat in the background.
Uh,
It's it's so funny. I like pulled that up and I like lost it. My friend didn't get it, and I had to explain. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. I was like, this has been me on more than two
mm,
occasions.
uh,
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
they're everywhere. But no, this is so much better because like you can just run around them. You don't have
Mhm.
to. I don't know. Just that mechanic alone, I'd be tempted to like that would be enough.
Oh yeah.
Like this game's amazing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the direct is tomorrow at 9 a.m., so I'll have to get up a little bit earlier, but that's fine. They could have made
Just
it at
think of it
6 a.m. or 4 a.m. and I still would have gotten up. I'm not even joking.
I 4 a.m. I don't know. I don't know about
I
4
would
a.m. I
go back to
wouldn't have
sleep
done that.
afterwards, but
6 still. Oh my gosh. But no, I mean, think about it about it like it's a lecture that you don't have to get out of bed for,
yeah,
and it's for a class that it's for the best. It's
it's
the
for a
best class
class I
you
actually
ever
want to
take all
learn
year.
about stuff in. Yeah.
Exactly. You want to learn about this as soon as possible, and
Mm,
it's only 7 minutes. Like,
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
nothing that big.
There's like with it being 7 minutes. There was a direct in 2017 where they kind of announced Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Like kind of announced there was like a 30-second tease at the very end of the direct where like they
By
showed
the way,
it was like just a character running. They showed the box legends. That was like there was nothing shown outside of oh it's coming 30 seconds for the new Pokemon game and like a 7 minute direct that also had I think Pokken Tournament Deluxe was shown there for the majority of the direct, and then the very end is like, I think Pokemon Crystal might have also been announced at that one. So 7 minutes is like enough for them to maybe have one other thing, but I'm feeling this is going to be just focused on Gen 8 stuff.
which again, not terrible.
Yeah, not bad. I'm like if you saw our top 10 most anticipated things this
Mm,
year, Pokemon is my number one. So
my number one already came out. Now it's your turn.
yeah. Wait a little bit longer than for yours, but
Okay,
perfect.
okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
The important thing is we all get what we
yeah.
want.
I
Oh
had to
my
wait eight
gosh.
months. You had to wait 13 years. It's even.
It's even. It's even. It's fine. It's fine. We're on the same page there.
Yeah. Speaking of Nintendo, we actually have quite a bit of Nintendo stuff to cover today. Um, Apparently, there's a strong rumor that Nintendo is going to revive a dead and buried game on the Nintendo Switch. So
Hmm.
there's going to be another rumor we'll get to a little bit later that like pretty much confirms which one of these it is. But just for the sake of argument, just sheer speculation, I just have like a bunch of stuff that it could be. It would be god tier of Nintendo to just have Half Life 3 exist. Like at E3, their closer is the little Half Life 3 logo.
Oh,
Everyone
by the
loses
way.
their friggin' mind. It's never gonna happen,
I mean,
but it would be awesome.
you never know. You never know. Crazier things have happened.
I have there though.
Okay,
Really
maybe
though,
not. But like, okay, but
honestly.
like, but not, okay, but like, crazy stuff has happened in the
Yeah,
past.
Kingdom Hearts 3 did come out. You're right.
Anything is possible. Anything is
Yeah.
possible.
Speaking of another three that'll probably never come out, Mega Man Legends 3,
Oh,
which I mean that's that game. Oh, that game was so screwed over just by Capcom because 2011 they decided we're not gonna want to make a Mega Man game anytime soon because they're idiots. That was supposed to be a launch title for the 3DS after getting delayed like multiple times up until that point, and then they fired Keiji Inafune for reasons, and then that game just kind of
reason.
is just I don't even know if there's any code left for them to salvage, but if they decided Nintendo was like, "Hey, we'll finish the game for you," sure, why not?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't know about that. That was
yeah,
more
like
of a stretch.
I know, I mean, they the rumor is specifically a dead and buried game. There's not much more
Well,
dead and buried than something like a Mega Man
that
Legends
is
3.
true. I think that was more like already decayed. Rigor
Yeah,
mortis, like
yeah.
already gone.
Just a decrepit skeleton at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, just bones.
Now, something that will be really exciting is if EA let them do this. There are a plethora of Star Wars games that could potentially revive, like Star Wars 1313, Attack Squadron, um, apparently like three or four other EA Star Wars games they canceled. That Darth Maul awesome looking game for the Wii that had a demo.
Oh
Like
yeah,
they like
I
the
forgot
Switch
about
still has
that.
motion control, so like you can still swing a lightsaber around.
Ooh, like you could
But
have
EA
like
is
you could
stupid,
have
so that's
like
not gonna happen.
yeah, I was like EA is not going to, but like if EA wasn't EA, then maybe they would.
It would be awesome. But the most likely candidate, and I cannot remember which podcast it was, or if it was in a different video entirely on the channel, but like I've called this next thing ever since I think it was like last October. Apparently, like the heavy rumor now is that Scalebound, the like dragon based RPG, action RPG by Platinum Games that Microsoft was helping fund, that they canceled in 2017. Apparently, that's going to be the game that is to be revived. And I feel like this actually makes a lot of sense for multiple reasons. First of all, Nintendo and Platinum Games have had a phenomenal relationship the past 5 plus years. Like they say revived Bayonetta 2 and 3. One for 101 came out. Astral Chains, which is coming out this year, is also by Platinum. So Nintendo and Platinum have a great relationship. Also, Scalebound was literally the only game that Microsoft had that I was actually excited for. Like that was the one game that like made me even consider getting an Xbox. But now that that was canceled, I hadn't thought about it since.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like that game looked awesome. Any game with a dragon in it, I want to play.
Looking at you, Skyrim.
So, yeah, like I I'm pretty sure it was in October. I my brother and I were talking about like what we think will happen next E3 because October is short. That's soon enough to talk about next E3 2019. And like I just kind of had
Honestly, the day after.
yeah, I just had this bold prediction. I just have this feeling that Scalebound is going to be revived next E3. And then I think it was in a podcast. I cannot remember where I said it, but I know it's on this channel somewhere. I called it. Even if I wasn't in a video, my brother has evidence of me saying this. I called it before all of you analysts did. Okay? Okay.
He's like, I want my props for this. Oh my gosh.
And
Let's like go through.
something else that adds credence to this rumor is that there's another rumor that apparently Microsoft and Nintendo are going to be working very close to each other in the next couple of years, as apparently Microsoft is planning on bringing Xbox Games Pass and Xbox Live, and apparently a lot of their exclusives to the Switch.
Ooh.
So, yeah, if Microsoft,
Yeah.
if this goes through and Microsoft still owns, at least a part of the Scalebound license, that partnership could easily just transition to, hey, Scalebound on Switch, cool.
But here we go.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
interesting.
and
I never knew that.
the I know I said Scalebound was like the only game I was looking forward to on Xbox. The only other game I would have considered getting an Xbox for was Cuphead, which that game looks. Oh, that is right up my alley. The animation style was like my favorite animation style of like 40s, 50s, 60s
Anything.
animation, like Looney Tunes. Feels like had that style of animation. Is oh, that is so me. So it only being on Xbox is a little disappointing. I get that they funded it, but like, so would love to play it at some point. And like one of like a part of the rumor is that Cuphead and Ori and the Blind Forest, which is another indie game they funded, would be coming along with all this other Xbox Live stuff. So neat. Another game for me to buy this year, but sure.
Like, I'll make it work.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, nothing. Get the details later. Just run with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I am pretty. I don't know exactly how Microsoft could do that. Like, why bring Xbox Live and Xbox Games Pass, which essentially has every single first party Xbox title on it, being able to stream through the Nintendo Switch? Why would you do that when the Xbox still exists? And they've actively said they're planning on releasing future Xboxes and like for next gen.
Right.
I don't know
I
why
mean,
exactly they do that, but
maybe they're going to form together to try to destroy PlayStation.
Microsoft does need to help. I'll admit that.
This is
Microsoft, they
true. This is true. Xbox has kind of been slacking lately.
like it's Xbox One is a success technically speaking, but
Technically.
it's nowhere near even close to what it should be. They they didn't just stumble out of the gate. They tripped over the first hurdle, fell flat on their
Oof.
face, and broke every bone in their body. Like it was that bad. When you have
It
Sony
is
up
rough.
on the E3 stage having a video mocking the fact that, oh yeah, we can trade games with friends. Here you go. Like, how do you combat that? Like, you, Macbox just didn't do anything to win consumers back after that. And with when they canceled Scalebound, this was their reasoning for canceling Scalebound. Like we just didn't like the direction that this game was going, but it's okay because our fans still have plenty of games to play, such as Crackdown 3, Phantom Dust, Sea of Thieves. Really?
Crickets.
You're
Crickets.
you're basing your entire games library on three games that people didn't really like when they came out. And they tried to like market those games as like the big releases coming that year. Crackdown 3
Right.
came out last month in 2019. Oh, actually no, earlier this month. Yeah, February 15th, 2019. Sea of Thieves come out in March of 2018. Phantom Dust, I don't even it might have come out. I'm honestly not sure. Like I that game just
I don't even
maybe
know what
exists,
that
but
is.
no one cares. So
No one real. Does anyone actually care though?
no, but people actually wanted to play Scalebound.
Yeah. I mean, well,
Whatever.
they're trying, I guess. Maybe.
Trying, I don't know. Maybe
Maybe they're trying. I don't know.
maybe Microsoft's idea is that since it's Xbox is pretty notorious for not having the best exclusives, like we just mentioned, those three were like their big
Mhm.
titles, and there's yeah, this kind of happened.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Um, Maybe their mindset is, oh, if we can get Games Pass and Xbox Live onto the Switch, maybe Nintendo can, push one of their IPs over our way. Give us a Zelda or two. Yeah, that'd be nice. Then Nintendo, Japanese and American companies, they generally don't mesh super well, especially a company that is as Japanese as Nintendo is. They're not gonna. I don't think they're
I
gonna do
don't,
that.
I don't, I don't, I don't see that happening.
Nah.
You can just borrow it. But what about no. You can give us stuff. We're not going to give you anything. Like, how's that supposed to work? I don't know. This was your idea.
You brought it up. I mean,
You brought it
you
up.
offered.
We weren't going to say no, but as long as it's on our terms.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah, we mentioned Pokemon earlier. Um. Did you see that trailer for the newest trailer for Detective Pikachu?
Mm-hmm.
I was already super excited for this movie, but that trailer really made me care about this movie. Originally,
Yeah.
I was gonna see it solely because of the Pokemon movie, and I just wanted to see it just exist on the big screen. But like,
Right.
I feel this trailer was the first time I really felt invested in the world and the characters, just and the art style. Also, the CG I feel has gotten better since the first trailer. I don't know if it's just I can't if I just kind of blocked out how it looked before because like they did look kind of weird originally. It was maybe just the shock factor of
Yeah,
it.
Pikachu, yeah. I think now that we're used to seeing, like, especially how Pikachu looks, like, I
Mm,
think the rest of it kind of just roll
yeah.
with it.
Although Ludicolo did look kind of weird. I was not expecting all that hair. But like Snorlax just chilled in the street sleeping, like he looked like he just existed in that world. The Growlithe and the Golurks and like all just the Greninjas still look great. Like it
Mhm.
and uh Pikachu having a memory loss is a little played out, and I'm not a huge fan of that. But maybe they'll make it work. I don't know, but it. I really like Ryan Reynolds' character as Pikachu. I feel
Yes,
he's just gotten really invested in this character. Like,
as he does.
yeah, I'm excited. I am now like legitimately very hyped for this movie. Like I said, originally I was just gonna see it out of obligation, but now I really want to see this movie.
It's like this is swipe my nerd pass because I
Mm,
have to, but
yeah,
like
and
no, it's
showing
like oh
Mewtwo at
yeah,
the
I
end
get
is
to.
just icing on the cake. Like that. That's something maybe they should have
It's
saved
gonna
for
be
the movie
sick.
itself, but in order to get you know,
I
I
think it
feel like
was. I think
that
it was.
was kind of a similar situation to like Spider-Man showing up at the end of the Civil War trailer. You didn't need to show
Yeah.
him, but for the people who weren't like in the know about what was going on at Marvel at the time, if they see Spider-Man, they're like, "Oh crap, Spider-Man's back!" Like
Oh,
that
now
type of
I
reaction
gotta
is
see
what you
this.
need.
Yeah.
Mewtwo is that kind of character. It's like, holy
Yeah.
crap, Mewtwo is here.
I mean, everyone knows Mewtwo. So,
Mm.
like even if you don't read, you always recognize
Oh yeah,
Mewtwo's one of them.
yeah,
Along with Pikachu, obviously, is in the name. So
mm. Yeah. So I'm so excited. Like May is gonna be a good month for movies. You got that and John Wick 3. Like, ooh, I'm yeah,
just, I mean,
excited.
honestly, just up to like pretty much just like from next week all the way to like July.
So why? Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it because I
yeah.
mean, Captain Marvel, Shazam, Avengers is coming out. Obviously, that's going to be huge. I mean, Lego Movie 2 already came out. I still haven't
So
seen that yet,
still
but
need
I
to see
want
that. Yeah.
to.
Apparently, Alita Battle
Yeah,
Angel is
and
also amazing. Um,
amazing, really.
mhm.
I heard it was just okay. I don't know. I've heard anyone say it's great.
I've a lot of people I've seen online like they either like really like it or they thought it was meh. But like most of the people I've seen like are like freaking out over it. So
Okay, okay,
yeah,
maybe I might have to check that out. I don't know,
mm.
but I don't
Yeah.
know. My
I
brother's
still need to see.
my
My
brother's
priorities are Marvel and Lego, but
yeah,
if I have
yeah.
time,
It's like I'll check it out. I don't know. Maybe it'll come to the campus theater when I check
yeah,
it out there.
yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
yeah,
But
and then. Yeah, we also have Aladdin is also happening. Dumbo is
Oh
happening, I
yeah,
guess.
Aladdin. Oh
Aladdin
yeah.
April or May? I think
Oh
it's
yeah,
May. Lion
Lion
King is
King's in
July. Toy Story
June,
4 is
July.
June.
Oh
Um,
gosh,
and not that
it's
like
a lot.
we
Spider Man.
necessarily care about all these movies, but still the fact that all these movies
But
are
they're
coming out in like a
happening.
4 month period, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this is movie time because the same thing happened last year too.
Yeah.
I mean, this was the same time, like Black Panther, then Infinity War, then Incredibles 2, and like Deadpool 2, and like
Hmm.
all these movies came
Solo,
out in
which
the
I
summer,
never
and
even
it's
ended
like,
up seeing.
oh yeah, I still haven't seen that.
It's on Netflix. Like
Ah, I
it's
know. I
watchable.
have no urgency. I have no urgency at all, and that's
Honestly, I don't blame
probably
you. It
bad.
just it's
I
there.
just don't really care. I don't know. Maybe I need to watch it because, like, I feel like it's one of those movies that I can't watch. I don't know. I just don't want to watch it by myself. So my friends are gonna have to make me.
Hmm. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. There's a lot of movies like that. Oh my gosh, so
So
many.
one movie that's gonna help fill
I,
out next year's movie lineup, a movie I didn't even know was happening, but now that I know it is, I'm super excited for. Godzilla versus King Kong is coming out on March 13th, 2020. Yeah,
ooh, because they're making a Godzilla King of Monsters. That's this
yeah. That's
year, right?
this May, maybe.
Yeah,
I think it might also be May. Yeah, May or June. I think.
yeah.
Hmm.
It's been that like big movie time. Yeah, I know that was coming out. So I guess okay, I know Godzilla sequel coming out.
Hmm.
Depending on how this one does, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not personally into like Godzilla like big monster movies because like I don't know, it's just not my thing. But
Hmm. But I feel
there's a certain
there's a certain, I can't even really put a word on it, but just excitement behind just the title Godzilla versus King Kong, especially with the
true.
King Kong we saw in Kong Skull Island. That's that behemoth that
Oh,
is King Kong. Like
oh jeez, that was
that might
ridiculous.
be intense.
Like giant alligator thing too. And
Hmm.
I'm just like, oh shit, oh, jeez, that was
Yeah.
crazy.
So, I, like I said, I didn't even know this movie was happening. I thought we would at least get another, King Kong movie in between there if they were to do this. But hey, at least they established both these characters before they threw a versus in there. So, WB finally learned
Ah.
something.
Oh, chill. Don't need to be throwing out people. Don't be throwing them under the bus like that. They're already under enough scrutiny. Like, hey,
Uh,
ow,
oh,
that was mean.
hey, they
Yeah,
deserve it sometimes, you know.
they deserve. Yeah, like yeah. Who am I kidding? They deserve that. Call that universe building.
Mhm.
Ugh, Godzilla did a better job universe building than you think about
Yeah,
that.
I said,
Godzilla, there is
and
no.
they also
That's the
own
thing. There's no backstory.
yeah, they
It's
also
just
own the
Godzilla exists.
they also own the
Sorry,
Pacific Rim
sorry, sorry.
property. Oh, sorry. So if they wanted after Godzilla versus King Kong to throw in Pacific Rim stuff in there, giant monster versus giant
Ooh.
girl just versus giant robot, that could
Everyone wins.
also, yeah, everyone wins.
Everyone wins except the innocent bystanders, but everyone else wins.
Yeah.
Giant monster versus giant robot. Yes.
I,
What's the plot? Yes.
do you really care? Like,
What's the plot, dude? No, no, no. There is no plot. There's just giant robot versus giant monster versus other giant monster. That is
mhm,
the entire premise of the movie.
yeah, yeah.
Like, what if the movie was just one long shot of just them fighting for an hour and a
I'd
half?
be fine. Make it 2 hours. I'd be fine with that. No contact. Just the movie opens with them fighting. It
No
lasts two
context.
hours. I'd be fine with that.
It's like, who's this character? I don't know. Where is it? I don't. It doesn't. I don't know. We're just doing it. We're in. We're doing this. We're
Yeah.
going right now. Okay. Are we going to explain anything? No. No. There's no. We're not explaining anything. We're just fighting.
Now I really want
Why are
that.
we fighting it? Why are we fighting? It's a giant monster. Of course we're fighting it. There's no
Yeah,
reason to
it's
explain
their
that.
whole thing.
Bro, what do you think they just make these suits for fun? Although that would be cool. That we make them for monsters.
Yeah. Come on, WB, you can do it. Expand the giant monster universe. We want it. You want it. It's a win for everyone. Speaking of giant robots, the IDW comic series is kind of the greatest thing ever because IDW currently has the rights to like Transformers, Ghostbusters, I think Sonic, Ninja
Ooh,
Turtles, Power Rangers. They
ooh,
just have the rights to just everything nostalgia.
everything.
So they've already done Batman cross Ninja Turtles, Justice League cross Power Rangers. Their next big crossover will be Transformers cross Ghostbusters, which
Interesting.
I never knew I wanted this so bad because one of the major plot points of like after the anime movie happened, one kind of major plot point of the next season was the fact that Starscream, who got wasted by Galvatron in that movie, came back as a ghost somehow. So
Interesting.
apparently, this movie is gonna be the Ghostbusters helping the Transformers take down Starscream's ghost, and that is so good.
How is this makes no sense, but it's gonna work
Yeah, and
somehow.
like
And
their
I'm just
car
kind
is
of like,
also a
all right,
transformer. Like it just makes so much sense.
what? That's weird.
I don't know.
Does it talk?
Hmm?
Does
Probably,
their car talk? All
probably.
right. Well, yeah, everyone's always been a transformer, and you're just telling me this now?
He had to be
For
in hiding
30
for some
years?
reason. I don't
After like
know.
35 years, you're just now bringing this up?
But like that, I love it when brands can just have fun with their IP. Like it doesn't need to make sense why Batman and the Ninja Turtles exist in the same world. They just do. It doesn't need to make sense why the Transformers would go to the Ghostbusters for help. It can just work, and I love that.
If Optimus Prime says like who you gonna call or something like that, I'm
And
just
then
gonna
it
be
cuts
like,
to
oh
the
my god, who you gonna
like who should we
call?
call?
Dun,
Like
dun,
oh.
Ghostbusters. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't remember if it has like a set date for when this is gonna come out, but I'm excited for that to happen.
This is awesome.
Hmm. Now, time to finish it up with Nerd Clash.
Oh,
And this is one I've been meaning to do for a while now. Ben 10 versus Beast Boy.
ooh, Ben 10.
I
I will.
just remember that Way Big exists. Oh crap.
There's a
Okay.
lot. There's some. There's.
I
I
know.
want to say there's a lot. Ben 10 has a lot of aliens.
I know, but keep in
Now I
mind
will say,
because
go
Ben 10 exists in the DC universe, just because scaling, I feel he's just witnessed and taken blows that are way above what Ben 10 has had to encounter.
this is true,
Like Trigon is
but
one of the most powerful beings in the DC universe, and he's
this this is true.
yeah,
But okay, like, and there also is, and also is, I don't remember what it was. I don't know if it's. I think in the Teen Titans show, I think Beast Boy can like shape shift into alien. I don't know if that's Young Justice or Teen Titans, but
I
I
think
know one or the other. He can like shape shift into aliens as long as he sees them or something like that.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
sure what. I'm not
he
sure if
can.
that's yeah, but
Mhm.
that's a thing in some continuity. So that's also so
So yeah, he
theoretically
could just copy way big.
he could. This
Huh.
is true.
Okay, maybe
That's
it's not that far
crazy.
fetched
That's
after
crazy,
all.
right?
Hmm.
That changes the game a little bit. And the Omnitrix does kind of time out randomly,
Well,
which I never really
we'll
understood.
assume it's like ult-
Yeah, long enough.
Ultimatrix is just it's you can just do everything.
Yeah,
Like
Right.
Yeah.
Oh
Um,
my gosh. Yeah, there's a lot of Ben 10 aliens though. There's a lot.
yeah. I
I
mean,
love how it's
there's.
all stupid then.
I think there have been well over 100 at this point. Um,
Is Ben
and
10 still going on, first of all?
yeah, there still is a show. It's not as good,
Oh
but
shoot.
it still
Oh, of course not,
exists.
but oh my
Um,
gosh. There's a lot of those.
yeah, like I, they can both like shapeshift basically on a whim.
Right.
Um, although I don't think Beast Boy's Cheetah could keep up with Accelerate. um,
No. No, that thing's on like maybe not
yeah,
Flash level, but like
it's still pretty
Quicksilver maybe.
fast.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like a T Rex could take on most of Ben 10's. Like Beast
I
Boy's
feel
T
like
Rex can take on a lot of Ben's
yeah,
stuff.
like humongous sword and stuff like
Mm,
that. But I don't know. But then again, what if he goes like one of the like Firestorm or something that can like throw stuff like that or like
yeah,
other projectiles? Or like doesn't he have like a ghost freak one that can
yeah,
just like
yeah. Well,
yeah, there's a lot.
that one
I'm not sure
probably
how
he
that one
wouldn't.
worked out.
It's I
My
think
Ben 10 is rusty, honestly.
Ghost Freak isn't by the end of the show isn't a part of the Omnitrix. It like escaped somehow,
Oh,
so he can't turn into him anymore.
okay. Okay. I'm trying to remember because I haven't seen Ben 10 in a long time, I'll say.
Yeah.
But
I guess
uh,
we'll just assume that if Beast Boy can transform into his aliens, he can't get like the fire powers. He could just take the form of it.
yeah. I feel like yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just look like it, but he doesn't get all the abilities. That's
Yeah.
fair. But and Beast Boy does have way more training than Ben 10 would, because
Yeah.
obviously he's a Teen Titan.
Yeah. And he
But
also has Martian blood in him, so
that
there's
is,
that
yeah,
advantage.
currently Young Justice, yeah. But he isn't getting Martian abilities as a shapeshifter, so it's not
Yeah.
like he can.
But I still feel that that gives him at least an advantage in just the fact that he's
Yeah, he's
like Martians are
Martian-ish.
OP and all and like in all
This,
aspects. So like
this
just
is
having a
true.
little bit of Martian blood could give you enhanced everything just as it is. So
Eh, Still,
I,
I don't know.
I don't like. I'm just trying to. The main hangup I have is accelerate. I'm not sure if Beast Boy could really handle that.
Yeah, because you can't. I mean, there's nothing you can turn into that can move that fast. It doesn't
Yeah,
work like that.
yeah. Like he could turn into like an Ankylosaurus to to take heat blasts fire or whatever. Or he can probably take turn into a T Rex or like a big gorilla to take on a lot of other stuff. Like
Yeah,
copy way big if he needed to, if he could do that. But I'm just not sure if he could out like I'm just not sure how he would deal with accelerate. So
just.
hmm.
Um, what else am I trying to think of? Oh my gosh, there's so many of these now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
I think
also
that's.
Ben could easily like transform into gray matter or brainstorm and like think up a problem. Like if there is
Oh
something he can't deal
yeah.
with, he could like become an alien that could like think for him and it yeah, I think Ben 10 might just be a little too versatile to really
Ben 10 has a little bit of everything. That's the
mm,
thing. Because he's not just a shapeshifter, but he's
yeah.
also, I mean, he gets various abilities based
Like
on
if
it
it
too.
was
So,
just Ben versus like Ben 10 Alien Force aliens, I'm pretty sure
mm,
Beast Boy would win since
yeah,
those
most of those
aliens
aren't
weren't
that
great. Like Humongousaur was
dimensional.
kind of the best. But there was no
The
accelerate
only,
that was
yeah,
like
a little
plane fire or
OP.
whatever. But
Swamp fire.
swamp fire, yeah. But
I remember
everything else, if
that.
he
Yeah,
has access to everything, Ben 10 would probably take it.
yeah. Right there. Do you remember that Ben 10 Alien Force Cartoon Network online game?
Yep,
That it was
yep.
like the defense game? Dude, that game was crazy. I
Hmm.
remember that
There was also
game.
a
That game
DS.
was low key
There was
hard.
also a game for the DS that was like a pretty good beat 'em up based on Ben 10 stuff. Like
Hmm.
everyone had like unique like special moves they could do. Like Everyone had
Hmm.
like XXXA and like they did like this insane combo. Like it that Vilgax fight at the end was tough. I don't know if I went back and did it today, I don't think I could beat it. Like,
Nah, dude. I know game like older games. You think, oh man, I was just a kid. It wasn't that hard. You go back, you're like, no, this was hard as
yeah, I don't.
balls.
Did I get worse? Like, what happened?
Yeah, I was like, dude, this thing is crazy. I'm a grown person struggling super
Yeah.
hard with this game. Like, this game is crazy.
Mhm.
That's how I feel whenever I try to play like old Mega Man games.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, I'm like, dude, this isn't that bad. And then I get to the
Yeah.
boss, I'm like, bro, what?
Like, like I just kind of stopped playing Mega Man 11 when I got to the Yellow Devil. I like the stage right before that. Like, it took me so many lives to get through it. Like, it wasn't hard, but
Mm,
like the enemies were just so annoying that like if you didn't time stuff right,
right.
it just one of those
Like
things.
knock you off or stuff, yeah.
So like when I finally got to after like maybe probably 10 lives, I finally got to the final boss of that stage, and it was the freaking Yellow Devil. And I looked up guides. Watched people beat him. I just could not recreate it no matter what I tried.
Hmm.
I just gave up. I said no.
He's
I
like, I
have had
can't.
my fill with this game. I had fun. I don't need to do this anymore.
He's just like, I retire. Do you maybe come back to it later? Just take a
Maybe
break?
I'll
Or you
probably
just,
eventually like play through at least the eight Robot Masters again. But as far as
yeah,
I
I
don't know,
mean, no,
Yellow Devil,
he's
he
like,
seems harder now than he's ever been, which is crazy because he's always just the
he's
worst.
always been hard. Oh my gosh.
But
And
like
I
I'm
know what you
sure if I
mean.
was a kid, I would have had the patience to like eventually just fight my way, like throw myself at it as many times as I needed to get through it. But right now I just can't can't do it.
You don't have you're just like it's not going down easily. I
Mhm.
don't care. It's just
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. So, is there anything else you want to bring up or talk about?
No, I believe we are good.
Okay. So, yeah, let's hope for 1 year more of this.
Woo.
Yeah. And with that, we will see you all next time.